Sure, here's a powerful motivational speech titled, "Things Have Changed," written with energy and depth, and it contains no headings while meeting the 1500-word requirement. Things have changed. That's the reality. That's the truth. And whether you choose to accept it or deny it, the world around you has already shifted. What once was, no longer is. The rules you thought were carved in stone have been rewritten. The paths you believed were straight and predictable have twisted and turned. But change isn't something to fear. Change is the most natural force in existence. It's the spark behind growth, the heartbeat of progress, the sign that you are still alive, still evolving, still capable of becoming something more than you were yesterday. Yes, things have changed. Maybe your environment has shifted. Maybe the people you relied on have walked away. Maybe the dreams you had no longer fit the person you're becoming. And maybe that scares you. That's okay. Fear is a sign that you're standing at the edge of something powerful. But don't let that fear trap you. Don't let the past grip your ankles and drag you back into who you used to be. The old you was built for a different time, a different place, a different set of challenges. But now it's time to rise into a new version of yourself. One forged by resilience, carved by determination, and fueled by an unshakable belief that you were made for more. You see, people often say they want things to change, but when change comes, they resist it. Because it's uncomfortable. Because it demands something from them. It demands growth. It demands action. It demands that you let go of old habits, toxic relationships, limiting beliefs, and everything that's holding you back from becoming the person you're meant to be. But hear this, comfort zones are beautiful places, but nothing ever grows there. If you want to rise, you have to be willing to stretch. You have to be willing to break the shell of who you were to reveal who you can be. The world doesn't owe you understanding. It doesn't owe you an explanation. Sometimes, the change that crashes into your life doesn't make sense in the moment. Sometimes it feels unfair, brutal even. You lose jobs, you lose people, you lose parts of yourself. But loss is not the end. Loss is the clearing, the space that opens up for something better to take root. Sometimes the universe breaks your heart just enough to rebuild it stronger. Sometimes it shakes up your world so you'll stop settling and finally chase what you deserve. You are not here by accident. You are not here to blend in, to accept mediocrity, or to be shackled by the weight of old versions of yourself. You are here to rise, to transform, to evolve. If life has changed around you, that's your signal. It's your wake-up call. It's the universe whispering, no, shouting, that you were made for something more, something greater. So stop looking back at what was. Stop mourning the past like it holds your salvation. It doesn't. The past was the classroom. The future is the reward. The now is the battlefield. Every great story begins with a turning point. A moment when the hero realizes things are no longer the same, and they can't go back. This is your turning point. This is your moment. The page has turned. The old story is over. So what are you going to do now? Will you rise and write the next chapter with courage and conviction? Or will you stay stuck in a book that no longer reflects who you are becoming? You hold the pen. The ink is fresh, and the world is waiting to read the new you. You have survived every dark night, every heartbreak, every failure, every storm that tried to destroy you. And now you're still here, breathing, standing, maybe scarred, but stronger. That's not weakness. That's proof of power. That's resilience. That's your inner fire refusing to go out. And if you've made it this far, you've already proven you can handle the pain. Now prove you can handle the success. Prove you can handle the greatness you were born with. Prove to yourself that every change, every challenge, every obstacle wasn't a wall, it was a door. And it's open now. Walk through it. Change forces you to see yourself differently. It demands self-awareness. It forces you to question what you really want, who you really are, and what you're really capable of. And that's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't change because they're afraid to confront the mirror. They're afraid of what they might see. But if you want to rise, if you want to grow, if you want to truly evolve, you have to be willing to look at your reflection and take ownership of your life. No more blame, no more excuses, no more waiting for someone else to fix it. You are the answer. You are the key. You are the solution. Things have changed, and now it's time for you to change with them. Don't cling to an old identity that no longer fits. Don't let past mistakes define your future. Learn, grow, adapt, progress. That's the path of champions. That's the mindset of warriors. That's the spirit of those who leave their mark on the world. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to decide that you're done settling for less than you're capable of. Decide that today is the day you rise. Decide that this change isn't the end, it's the beginning. You were not born to be average. You were not born to repeat cycles of pain and regret. You were born to break chains, to lift others, to rise above, to build a life that reflects your strength, your truth, your purpose. And sometimes, that purpose is revealed in the wreckage. Sometimes, you have to lose your way to find your path. Sometimes, things have to fall apart so they can fall together in a way that makes sense later. Trust that process. Trust that every step, even the painful ones, are part of a greater journey. The world is watching. The people around you are watching. But more importantly, your future self is watching. The version of you that's already living the life you want, that version is waiting for you to step up. Waiting for you to push through the fear, the doubt, the laziness, the excuses. Waiting for you to stop running from change and start running toward growth. Every moment you hesitate, every moment you delay, that future slips further away. But every moment you act with courage, every moment you choose progress over comfort, you get one step closer. You don't need approval. You don't need permission. You don't need the perfect timing. All you need is the decision. The decision to rise. The decision to become. The decision to take the pain and turn it into power. And that power is already in you. It's always been there, sleeping, waiting, but now it's time to wake it up. Let this change be the alarm clock. Let this shift be your moment of ignition. Let this be the moment you stop waiting and start becoming. Because the truth is, change isn't just something that happens to you. It's something you can create. You can be the change. You can be the force. You can be the one who inspires others, who lifts others, who shows others what's possible when you refuse to give up. So rise, even if your legs are shaking. Speak, even if your voice cracks. Move forward, even if the path is unclear. That's how leaders are born. That's how legends are made. Yes, things have changed. And thank God they have. Because without change, you'd still be stuck in a life that doesn't match your potential. You'd still be stuck in comfort, in fear, in stagnation. But now, the door is open. Now, the fire is lit. Now, the clock is ticking. And the only question that matters is, what will you do now? This is your moment. This is your wake-up call. This is your time to rise. Things have changed, and now it's your turn. Change with them. Grow, evolve, become. The world is waiting for the new you. And the new you doesn't just survive the change. The new you is the change. Let me know if you'd like this speech formatted as a printable document or turned into a video script or voiceover text.